On this Thursday evening, we welcome you inside Carver Gym on WECU Court on the campus of Western Washington University for a big GNAC battle, a busy night in GNAC sports action as the Western Washington women Viking welcome in the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. They are undefeated, are the Seawolves, in conference play. They've won 8 in conference, only 1 loss on the entire season. Should be a great matchup. The Vikings are undefeated here on inside Carver Gym. They're 5-0. They have yet to lose at home. They hope to keep that win streak going. The Vikings are 7-2 in their last 9, and they're led by who else? Anna Schwecke. Schwecke shooting over 60%, which is near tops in the country. She had 29 points last weekend in the big win at Northwest Nazarene. As Schwecke goes, so go the Vikings. The flip side of that coin is the Seawolves come in dominant. They are 18-1, 8-0 in conference, and this is their toughest test so far here in 2019-2020. Coach Ryan McCarthy, he bleeds and prides his team in one word: mayhem. It's crazy, it's fast-paced defense, and they're conditioning the Seawolves. I don't know what their cardio regimen is, but they get after the ball 24/7 on the court. If they're not sweating, if they're not looking for oxygen, they're not playing mayhem style. They have won, the Seawolves, 13 straight, and get this, they have 27 straight GNAC wins. We'll see if they can make it 28 tonight. The Vikings hope not, as we have a battle between the number 1 team in the conference currently and the team right now in 4th, the Western Washington Vikings. Up next, the Vikings hosting the Seawolves right here on Vikings TV.
Good evening, fans, and welcome to Carver Gymnasium for this evening's contest between your Western Washington University Vikings and the visiting Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. Fans, at this time, if you would please rise and remove your hats. We will honor America with the playing of our national anthem this evening. The performance will be made by the Western Washington University Pep Band. Thank you, band. Fans, at this time, if you would now turn your attention down to the center court. On January 11th, the Vikings defeated Seattle Pacific University 73-60, marking the 600th career victory for head coach of Western Washington University's women's basketball team, Carmen Dolfo. Coach Dolfo now has an all-time record of 601 wins, 241 losses for an amazing 71.4 career winning percentage in 29 seasons leading this program. Among all NCAA coaches across Divisions 1, 2, and 3, Coach Dolfo is the 36th active women's basketball coach to reach the 600-win mark, and now the 73rd coach all-time to achieve 600 wins. Already the winningest coach in GNAC history and one of the top coaches in the history of Pacific Northwest basketball, all of your former players, assistant coaches, coworkers, friends, and family want to congratulate you on this historic achievement. Presenting Carmen with her 600th win trophy is longtime Western Washington University coach and athletic director Linda Goodrich, and combined you're looking at 1,012 career coaching wins on the court at this time. Congratulations, Coach Dolfo. Here's to many, many more wins for your Vikings. Now, fans, here are the starting lineups. First, from the visiting Alaska Anchorage Seawolves, as announced by their head coach, Ryan McCarthy. Coach McCarthy is assisted by Shayna Afoa. Fans, let's welcome to the court number 10, Yasmin Gu. Number 11, Safia Yassin. Number 13, Jana Hajdukovic. Number 14, Sala Langi. And number 25, Tane Voliva. Fans, the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. Viking fans, are you ready? Fans, now here is the starting lineup for your home team, the Western Washington University Vikings, as announced by our head coach, number 601, Carmen Dolfo. Coach Dolfo is assisted by Stacy Terrell, Kayla Burnson, and Zach Phelps. Fans, joining the Vikings on the bench this evening as an honorary coach, please welcome Dr. Elizabeth Binney, senior instructor in the biology department. Fans, let's welcome to the court a 5'6" senior from Ellensburg, Washington, number 3, Lexie Bland. A 6' junior from Tumwater, Washington, number 12, Emma Duff. A 6'1" junior from Bothell, Washington, number 15, Kelsey Rogers. A 5'9" sophomore from Napavine, Washington, number 32, Molly Olson. And a 6'3" senior from Evergreen, Colorado, number 44, Anna Schwecke. Fans, these are your Western Washington Vikings!
Welcome inside Carver Gym on this Thursday evening. Sean Wally and our entire Vikings TV crew here with you. Ben Bagley not joining me here tonight. He is down at Seattle Pacific with the men's basketball team for their big game. We've got a very big game here in Bellingham tonight. The Alaska Anchorage Seawolves at 8-0 in conference, taking on the 5-3 in conference Western Washington Vikings. Interesting to note, the Vikings lead the overall series by 2 victories, but it's been lopsided for the Seawolves of late as they have 27 straight in conference victories, and the Vikings win the tip. Molly Olsen to Schwecke, she had 29 last weekend. Emma Duff, baseline. Duff nowhere to go. That defense of the Seawolves on display early, the steal. Yasmin Gu. Good ball movement early on by the Seawolves. They have 1 loss on the entire season to the Seawolves. Gu, Molly Olsen on defense. Outside to Lange. 7 to shoot. And another turnover. Back-to-back turnovers, each team with 1. Molly Olsen helps out Kelsey Rogers. Olsen picks up the dribble to Rogers, the jumper from the left. Elbow is good. It's 2-0 Vikings. 1 minute gone by, first quarter. Gu into the lane. Nobody stops penetration, but there's Molly Olsen with the block. Last touched by the Seawolves. Viking basketball. They're up 2-0 early. Already a substitution for head coach Ryan McCarthy and the Seawolves. Lauren Johnson into the game. McCarthy likes to do that. He'll rotate players many times over to keep them fresh, keep their legs fresh. Duff for 3. It's short. Ball out of bounds. It'll be Seawolf basketball. Vikings lead 2-0. Stephanie Jackson into the game for the Seawolves. Just a minute 16 gone by. Already 2 subs into the game for Ryan McCarthy and his Seawolves. Jackson, top of the key off the screen, picks up the dribble. Finds Yassine. Yassine off the screen, the jumper from 16, off iron, rebound to Anna Schwecke. Back come the Vikings up 2-0. Molly Olsen picks up her dribble. Not what you want to do against this mayhem Seawolf defense. Schwecke, baseline, 1 dribble outside to Bland. She swings it to Olsen. The 3 rims in. 5-0 Vikings. 2 minutes gone by in Bellingham. Getting out on the run. Look at the block by Schwecke. Voliva, shot rejected. Yet another substitution. Rachel Ingram into the game for the Seawolves as you see the Schwecke block. One of the top shot blockers in the GNAC. Ball out of bounds to the Seawolves, and this time Schwecke will be hit with the foul. Blocking foul on Schwecke. Her first personal. Tanae Voliva to the line for the Seawolves. Gracie Castaneda into the game for Western Washington. Schwecke to the bench early. Want to keep her out of foul trouble. Do the Vikings. Voliva misses the free throw. 7:51 remaining first quarter. Seawolves have yet to score. Voliva out of Anchorage, Alaska, makes the first point on the board for the Seawolves. It's 5-1 Vikings. You see this mayhem defense on display, a bit of a full court press. Lexie Bland beats the press and is fouled. Foul on Sophia Yassine, her first and first team foul. Castaneda inbounds to Olsen. Olsen finds Duff in the lane, off window, it's good. 7-1 Vikings, a 6-point lead early. Jackson for the Seawolves. Hands off to Voliva. Voliva goes cross court, back to Jackson. They're playing a two-person game. That shot rejected, interrupted by Rogers. They go ahead to Lexie Bland. The left hand off window is good. 9-1 Vikings by 8. A good sign early on. Head coach Ryan McCarthy not pleased with his Seawolves play. He calls a timeout as the Vikings lead by 1. 7:04 remaining. So you see Lexie Bland, the left hand layup here in Bellingham.
Welcome to our busy world, where we all want more energy, but with less carbon footprint. That's why at BP, we're working to make energy that's cleaner and better. We're producing cleaner burning natural gas and solar and wind power. And wherever your day takes you, we have advanced fuels for a better commute. And we're developing ultra-fast charging technology for EVs. At BP, we see possibilities everywhere, so we can all keep advancing.
Campus to Campus is a beautiful reciprocal relationship that's really centered on how to support young students to see themselves in a different kind of way and see the possibilities for their future.
Allie was one of our first mentors. A lot of people have believed in me along the way, Allie being one of them. She's always inspired me. Now I'm at Western actually going to college.
It's changing lives for the young students that we work with, and it's changing lives for the mentors who work with them.
Back here in Bellingham, as you see Molly Olsen the block and the good rotation on the three, getting the shooter's touch. 9-1 early on, Vikings by 8. 3 minutes gone by, first half. Sean Wally and our entire Vikings TV crew here with you. Seawolves out of the timeout with the basketball. 11 to shoot for Alaska Anchorage. They go down low. The shot missed by Voliva. Molly Olsen the rebound. Olsen. Ahead they find Rogers on the block. The shot off window is good. It's a 10-point Viking lead. This start could not be better for Western Washington. In the lane, Goo hits WECU Court. No foul called. Molly Olsen across half court with the left-hand dribble. Olsen finds Bland. Bland goes baseline to Rogers. The jumper is good. 13-1 Vikings. Ryan McCarthy just looks on. A bit of dismay on his face. Not how the Seawolves thought this game would start. 13-1 Vikings. 4 minutes gone by, first quarter. Cross-court pass, a three in front of the Viking bench is good by Jana Hajdukovic. 13-4 Vikings. Bland picks up her dribble. Top of the key to Castaneda. Molly Olsen. Emma Duff in the corner for three. Rims out. Ball out of bounds to Alaska Anchorage. Jackson and Fernandez into the game for the Seawolves. Avery Dykstra in for Western Washington. 13-4 Vikings, 5:32 remaining first quarter. And an unforced error on the Seawolves. They throw the ball away. And head coach Ryan McCarthy has his jacket off. He wants yet another 30-second timeout. Not pleased with his team's play with 5:32 remaining. 13-4 Vikings. You can see Ryan McCarthy talking to his team fairly sternly. They're down 9 early, just 4 points early on for the top-ranked team in the West region, the Seawolves. So take a look at Kelsey Rogers. One dribble, the right-hand hook off the window. Vikings doing a lot of things right. Coach McCarthy of the Seawolves getting a chance to breathe just a little. trying to will his team back into this contest. See if they can find that mayhem he preaches. Vikings inbound. 5:30 and counting first quarter. Bland almost loses the basketball. Into the lane she goes. What a pass to Emma Duff off window. Things going all right for the Vikings. Duff with 4 points. It's 15-4 Vikings. Jackson for the Seawolves. Into the lane. Outside to Yassine. Open in the lane. That's Kamani Fernandez, 15-6. Vikings halfway through quarter number 1 in Bellingham. Bland, double teamed, nowhere to go, and she is fouled. That foul on the Seawolves. Foul will be on Yassine, as Duff will head to the bench for the Vikings, along with Lexie Bland. Olsen and Jamaica into the game for Western Washington. Nicole Pinckney into the game for Alaska Anchorage. 4:45 and counting first quarter. Katrina Jamaica top of the key, stolen away by the Seawolves. Streaking up the floor is Jackson. Jackson guarded by Castaneda, no foul called, shot missed. Rebound to the Seawolves. Pinckney has it. They swing it around, do the Seawolves. Jackson between the leg dribble. 7 to shoot, going baseline. She steps on that baseline, out of bounds. That'll turn it over to Western Washington. Stepping on the end line is Amelia Motz. 15-6 Vikings, 4:20 to play first quarter. Molly Olsen across half court. Into the lane. She loses the basketball. Right into the hand of Motz. Motz to Jackson. Coach Ryan McCarthy barking orders to his Seawolves. Pinckney finds Jackson. Jackson into the lane. Jumper from the right baseline is short. Molly Olsen tracks down the rebound for Western Washington. 3:45 remaining first quarter. 9-point Viking lead. Under the basket, Katrina Jamaica dribbles it off her leg. You can't have unforced errors, either team. Vikings if they want to maintain the lead, Seawolves if they want to get back in the contest. Kelsey Rogers returns for Western Washington. 3:35 and counting first quarter here in Bellingham. Ingram, the skip pass to Valiva. Pinckney, top of the key. Finds Johnson, guarded by Jamaica. Yasmin Gu. 3 out of the corner, off back iron. We have a foul away from the basketball on the floor. It'll be on Western Washington's Kelsey Rogers. That is her first. Monique Fierke into the game for the Vikings, along with Zaragoza. Voliva under the basket, guarded by Zaragoza. Her turnaround from 5 is good. 15-8. Seawolves inching closer as we approach 3 minutes to play first quarter. Dykstra across half court. She's double teamed. Finds Olsen. Jamaica in the lane. Good ball movement by Western Washington. Olsen baseline off window. Molly Olsen makes it 17-8 Vikings. Pinckney down low. They're going right back to Voliva on Zaragoza. Her layup from the left side is good. 17-10 Vikings by 7. Molly Olsen trying to beat the press. Left-hand dribble. She picks up the basketball. Jamaica open from the left elbow. Off back iron. Rebound to the Seawolves. They trail by 7. Yasmin Gu, the senior, with the left-hand dribble. 2:05 to play first quarter. Gu gets the ball back, goes baseline. Wide open for three. Off the front of the rim by the Seawolves. Rebound to Jamaica. Jamaica into the lane, and an offensive foul is called. Jamaica hit with the foul. 1:53 remaining, first quarter. So you take a look at Jamaica driving in the lane. Tried to go around the defender. Good defense by Voliva, and an offensive foul called. Duff, Schwecke, and Coleman back into the game for Western Washington. Seawolf basketball, they trail by 7. They go down low to Yassine. She throws it away right to Emma Duff. Duff ahead to Bland. Bland behind the back dribble. Duff to Coleman. Coleman going baseline. Traveling is called. Slid that pivot foot too far. Minute 21 remaining. First quarter, 17-10 Vikings here in Bellingham, Washington in this big GNAC battle. Alaska Anchorage has won 27 straight conference games. They're looking for 28. Vikings would love a minor upset here this evening. Jackson, top of the key, picks up her dribble. Finds Fernandez. Left elbow, the jumper from 16. Rims off, ball out of bounds. That'll be Viking basketball with 59 seconds remaining, first quarter. Motts returns for the Seawolves. Fernandez to the bench. Coleman receives the inbound. Ball nearly stolen away. Lexie Bland at half court. Schwecke to Coleman. The three is short. Ball out of bounds. Go back to the Seawolves with 41 seconds remaining. Molly Olsen back in for Western Washington. Coleman to the bench for the Vikings. Full court press of their own applied by Western Washington. Final 35 seconds of quarter number 1 here in Bellingham. Vikings by 7. Jackson with the basketball for the Seawolves. Yassine, her shot partially rejected, and it's thrown away. Back come the Seawolves. Jackson in the lane. Her shot might have been disrupted by the Vikings. Schwecke ahead to Olsen. 5 on the game clock. 3 on the way. Off rim. And that is how. No, there's a foul called with .4. Lexie Bland hit with the foul. Team foul number 4 on the Vikings. Half a second remains, and that is how a rambunctious quarter number 1 ends after 10 minutes of play. Western Washington happy with a 17-10 lead over Alaska Anchorage. Second quarter after this on Vikings TV.
Quality food brings people together, so we continue to provide the best and freshest food available. Every day, we reach out, finding the best producers right here in our backyard. At Hagen, we partner with passionate local producers, farmers, and fishers to find you the best sustainable, fresh, and organic food. Hagen, Northwest Fresh since 1933.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Back here in Bellingham, Washington on Vikings TV as you take a look at the nice pass from Lexie Bland to Emma Duff. The layup helping the Vikings with this 7-point lead. They have to be pleased, up 17-10 on the number 1 team in the West region, the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. They begin quarter number 2 with the basketball. Thank you for joining us here on GNAC.TV and Vikings TV. First shot missed by the Seawolves. Anna Schwecke the rebound. Vikings would love to add to this 7-point lead. Molly Olson. And a foul called away from the basketball. That'll be on the Seawolves. Amelia Mott's hit with the foul. That is her first. 9:32 left, second quarter. Dykstra to inbound for the Vikings. She finds Duff wide open in the corner. How is she so open? And Ryan McCarthy just put his head in his hands. That cannot happen. No matter what basketball team you are or who you're rooting for, you can't leave a shooter that wide open. Ball hit the scoreboard, and that'll be a turnover back to the Vikings as they now have a 10-point lead after the 3 by Emma Duff. Wholesale substitutions for head coach Ryan McCarthy. You'll see him do this a lot. If you know anything about Seawolves basketball, he is not afraid. Almost making a line change, to use a hockey term. Vikings by 10. Molly Olson trying to beat the full court press. This mayhem defense. Molly does very nicely in the lane, looking for Duff. Ball loose on the floor. Bland picks it up, down low to Schwecke. Left hand in the lane, and what is the call? It's to be an offensive foul. Or was it traveling? Traveling, I believe, as the referee did a pirouette at midcourt. 1 minute gone by, second quarter, 2010 Vikings. Here on Vikings TV, Sean Wally with you. Seawolves with the basketball, down 10. Pinckney goes down low. That's Voliva. Shot blocked. Vikings don't agree with a foul call. Lexie Bland trying to get an explanation, and now head coach Carmen Dolfo wants the same explanation, giving her 2 cents right now. What did Schwecke do right there? The ball hit her hand. How and where was the foul? If you see it, let us know, because I did not. Free throw short by Voliva, the 6-foot junior out of Anchorage, Alaska. Voliva with 3 points on the evening. She now has 4. Kelsey Rogers returns. Anna Schwecke to the bench for Western Washington, who now has 2 fouls. Got to keep Schwecke out of foul trouble if the Vikings want a chance to win this contest here tonight, even though they are up 9. Seawolves can come back in a hurry with this mayhem they play. Dykstra across half court for the Vikings. Dykstra to Rogers. Spins on the block, high off the window. Kelsey Rogers doing good things for the Vikings. It's 22-11. Ingram has it out near half court for the Seawolves. To Gu. Gu, the right-hand dribble in the lane. Rogers picks her up on defense. Ball loose. Gu can't handle it. Lexie Bland has it ahead to a streaking Emma Duff into the lane. Layup is good. It's 24-11 Western Washington. This is bonkers. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Gu in the lane. Ball stolen away again. Lexie Bland doesn't have numbers. Ball poked away. That mayhem defense of the Seawolves. Gu has it. Back come the Seawolves. Gu to Pinckney. Looking down low to Voliva. Voliva on Dykstra. Her layup spins out. Emma Duff able to breathe for just a half second. Ahead to Dykstra. Dykstra, baseline, picks up her dribble. Nowhere to go. Finds Rogers underneath. Her layup is good. 26-11. And Ryan McCarthy, arms crossed, wondering what else he can do right now as his Seawolves trail by 15. Make that 12. The three-pointer good by Rachel Ingram. 26-14, 7 minutes to play, first half. Timeout on the floor. Vikings 26, Seawolves 14. Come back after this on Vikings TV.
This simple banana peel represents a bold idea, a way to create energy from household trash. It not only saves about 80% in carbon emissions, it helps reduce landfill waste. That's why BP is partnering with a California company, Fulcrum Bioenergy, to turn garbage into jet fuel, because we can't let any good ideas go to waste. At BP, we see possibilities everywhere to help the world keep advancing.
Over. Back here in Bellingham, Washington, 7 minutes left. Second quarter. Sean Wally with you here on Vikings TV and GNAC.TV. Thanks for tuning in on this Thursday evening for an impressive GNAC battle tonight. Number 1 versus number 4 in conference. 26-14 Vikings so far. Out of the timeout, Viking basketball. Molly Olson to Kelsey Rogers. Ball poked away and a foul called on the Seawolves. That foul on Sophia Yassine. That is her third. Yassine in foul trouble here early. Emma Duff leading, I should say Kelsey Rogers leading the way for the Vikings with 10 points so far, and there's a turnover. Back come the Seawolves. Everybody in the building wanted to travel right there. Didn't get it. Jackson, top of the key. 13 to shoot. She swings it to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic, the bounce pass to Fernandez. 5 to shoot. Hernandez in the lane. Ball poked away by Castaneda, but whistle blown. Foul called on Gracie. That is her first. That'll send Fernandez to the line. Castaneda will check out. Avery Dykstra into the game for the Vikings. Kimani Fernandez to the line. The 5'10 sophomore misses the free throw. Fernandez out of Wailuki, Hawaii. It's got to be a weather culture shock from Hawaii to the University of Alaska Anchorage. Second free throw rattles in. It's 26-15 Vikings. Molly Olson seems to be the choice for the Vikings to try to break this mayhem press defense. Emma Duff, her jumper is on tonight. 28-15. Duff takes the leading scorer with 11 tonight. Seawolves back the other way. Fernandez down low, quickly double team, knocks over Rogers. No foul called. Layup good. 28-17. Carmen Dolfo all the way down the bench. Wanting the elbow call, didn't get it. 5:40 to play, second quarter. Molly Olson to Kelsey Rogers, looking down low to who else? Emma Duff off window. It's 30-17. Duff with 13 so far tonight. Seawolves on the attack, going down low. Another elbow by Lange. Carmen Dolfo is going crazy at the official, wanting that elbow. I saw it, you saw it, fans in Carver Gym saw it. Referees need to think about calling that. Bland misses the three-pointer. Avery Dykstra battling for the rebound. And they're calling the foul on Avery. Carmen Dolfo beside herself right now. It's the official coming over to see what Dolfo has to say. Not pleased at all with the calls or non-calls here in the last few seconds. Exactly 5 minutes remain, second quarter. Vikings by 11. Gu has it for the Seawolves. Left-hand dribble into the lane. She finds Johnson. Voliva in the lane. The Viking bench wanting 3 seconds. Again, no call on the Seawolves, but shot missed. Rebound to the Vikings. Molly Olsen, cross half court. Olsen picks up her dribble. Finds Dykstra slashing to the bucket. Way to move without the basketball. 32-19 Western Washington. Ryan McCarthy just looks at WECU Court in dismay. Head coach of the Seawolves. Gu to Johnson. They swing it to Jackson. Down low again to Voliva. Voliva spins in the lane. Shot blocked by Emma Duff. Ball out of bounds to the Vikings. Viking bench pleased with the effort of Emma Duff, and Duff will take a seat. Kelsey Rogers returns. 32-19 Vikings as you see Duff with the rejection. Jamaica, top of the key. Outside, Olsen now. Left-hand dribble. Looking down low for Jamaica. Jamaica up strong. No foul called. Ball out of bounds. Partially blocked by the Seawolves. It'll be Viking basketball. 3:49 remaining, second quarter. And what's been a great first half for Western Washington. Dykstra to Jamaica. The jumper. Rims off. Seawolves the rebound. Back comes Gu. Gu ahead to Ingram. Ingram throws it away. Dykstra streaks up court. To the rack, she lays it up and in. It's 34-19 Vikings. Ryan McCarthy directing his offense for the Seawolves. Tate to Ingram. Ingram, left-hand dribble, switches to the right. Olsen on defense, hands off to Gu. Gu all the way around the court. A lot of effort. Outside, the three for the Seawolves. Splash it goes. Rachel Ingram makes it 34-22 Vikings. So we have 3 minutes to play. Second quarter. Dykstra to a wide open Rogers. She hits the jumper on the baseline. 36-22 Vikings. Tate has it for the Seawolves. Tate to Voliva. Voliva to the slashing Johnson. She lays it up and in. 36-24 Vikings. 2:30 and counting first half. Olsen to Jamaica, but it's too high, and that's an unforced error. You got to avoid those if you want to have a chance to beat the Seawolves. 8-0 in conference are the Seawolves. 18-1 overall on the season. A remarkable 27 straight conference wins for Alaska Anchorage. They've got some work to do if they want to make it 28, but there is a lot of basketball left. Monique Fierke and Emma Duff, along with Lexie Bland, back in the game for Western Washington. Not sure what the minor delay is here with 2:26 remaining second quarter. Looks like they're taping up Yasmin Gu, maybe a minor scratch. 2:26 left, second quarter. Head coach Ryan McCarthy calls out his offensive set for the Seawolves. Gu to Hajdukovic. She finds Lange. Pinckney top of the key, almost loses the basketball. Motts driving on Rogers, the block from behind, out of bounds. Last touch by Rogers. It'll be Seawolf basketball. 11 to shoot on the shot clock as you see the nice block from behind by Kelsey. Lange has it, spins in the lane. Again, there's Kelsey Rogers getting a piece of the basketball. Out of bounds, last touch by Rogers. 7 to shoot for the Seawolves. Gu to inbound, baseline. Five to shoot. Gu has the basketball. 2 to shoot. I'm not sure if Hajdukovic notices. She does not get the shot off, to the dismay of head coach Ryan McCarthy. A turnover, shot clock violation. Viking basketball, they're up 12. Emma Duff finds Bland. Jamaica wide open from the right elbow. 38-24 Vikings. It's been that kind of evening for Western Washington. Motts. Inside to Lange, back to Motts. Thought about the three. Instead, the skip pass in the lane to Lange. His layup is good. 38-26, Vikings by 12. Emma Duff leading the way with 13 for the Vikings. Looking down low, they go to Rogers. Rogers spins in the lane, shot off the right side of the rim. Jamaica the rebounds. Looking for Rogers, ball tipped away. Jamaica has it into the lane. Layup is good. It's 40-26 Vikings. Final minute, first half here in Bellingham. Motts, the three is good. Draining the long three. It's 40-29 Vikings by 11. Lexie Bland, left-hand dribble, working on Gu. Tries to go behind the back, ball loose on the floor. Who's going to get it? A scramble for the basketball, and now a foul will be called on Emma Duff as she landed on top of Amelia Motts. See head coach Carmen Dolfo got an award before the game for her 600th win on January 11th. As you see Duff battling for the basketball with Motts. Duff landing on top of Motts. As we're back to action on WECU Court. Lexie Bland hit with a foul on the backcourt. That is her second foul. That is team foul number 5 on the Vikings, so that will send Yasmin Gu to the free throw line. Yasmin Gu has no points on the evening for Alaska Anchorage. She is normally one of their top scorers. She now has 1 point. A 10-point Viking lead. Gu has one more free throw shot. Gu out of Daly City, California. She is a senior. Second free throw, good. 9-point Viking lead. Important possession for the Vikings. Don't want to let the Seawolves get any closer before the half. Shot clock is off. 15 on the game clock. Swing it around to Duff. She thought about the three, the up fake. Now she's double teamed. She finds Zaragoza. 6. Zaragoza finds the slasher. Molly Olsen laying it up, and there's Duff stealing the basketball. Shot will not go. But on the Molly Olsen layup, half number 1 ends with a 42-31 lead for the Western Washington Vikings. Do the math, not my forte, but hey, that looks like an 11-point Viking lead. We're at halftime here in Bellingham. Come on back for a furious second half after this on Vikings TV.
It's important that what I do as a job is something that I find meaningful. I ended up applying to the cybersecurity program at Western. The aspects of the program that really stand out to me is the hands-on experience.
Being able to work interdisciplinary and bring cybersecurity to marine science, bring it to communications, bring it to everything, is what really makes it interesting.
so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome to our busy world, where we all want more energy, but with less carbon footprint. That's why at BP, we're working to make energy that's cleaner and better. We're producing cleaner burning natural gas and solar and wind power. And wherever your day takes you, we have advanced fuels for a better commute. And we're developing ultra-fast charging technology for EVs. At BP, we see possibilities everywhere, so we can all keep advancing.
Compass to Campus is a beautiful reciprocal relationship that's really centered on how to support young students to see themselves in a different kind of way and see the possibilities for their future.
Allie was one of our first mentors. A lot of people have believed in me along the way, Allie being one of them. She's always inspired me. Now I'm at Western, actually going to college.
It's changing lives for the young students that we work with, and it's changing lives for the mentors who work with them. Compass to Campus is a beautiful reciprocal relationship that's really centered on how to support young students to see themselves in a different kind of way and see the possibilities for their future.
Allie was one of our first mentors. A lot of people have believed in me along the way, Allie being one of them. She's always inspired me. Now I'm at Western, actually going to college.
It's changing lives for the young students that we work with, and it's changing lives for the mentors who work with them.
Back here in Bellingham, Washington on Vikings TV as you take a look at some of the first half highlights. Emma Duff leading the way, 13 points on the evening for Western Washington, pacing all scorers. Wide open three out of the corner. Can't leave anybody wide open. Don't care who you're a fan of. You see her on defense getting the rejection. Good things happening in the first 20 minutes for Western Washington. Trying to pull off what would be a legitimate, somewhat minor upset. So you see Molly Olson swatting shots away as well for Western Washington. Olson doing good things without the basketball, and look at that. A huge number as to why this game is the score it is. Field goal percentage. Nearly 67% for the home Vikings, only 34.5 for the Seawolves. Not how they normally shoot, not how they normally play on the Seawolves side of things. Would have liked to have been a fly on the wall in the Seawolves locker room to hear what head coach Ryan McCarthy was saying to his squad, who is number 4 in the nation in Division II, number 1 in the West region, 8-0 in conference, 18-1 on the entire season are the Seawolves. But the home Western Washington Vikings playing lights out so far in this first half. You'd like to see the Vikings shoot the three a little better, but they do have an 11-point lead. Those assists, 17-8, that's helping them. And look at the blocks, 8-1. SWAT City here tonight inside Carver Gym. As you see the Viking team there getting set for this second half. 20 minutes of basketball left. Can they be at least 10 points better than Alaska Anchorage in the final two quarters to shake things up not only in the GNAC but the West region? A possible statement game tonight for the Western Washington Vikings, as we are very close to second half action. Mentioned Emma Duff with 13, Kelsey Rogers with 12 leading the way for the Vikings. You see Ryan McCarthy and his Seawolves there. Balanced scoring, but all single digits for his squad. Voliva with 6 along with Ingram. Then you've got Fernandez with 5, Lange with 4, and so on down they go. 42-31, Western Washington by 11. Third quarter begins, Viking basketball. Thank you for tuning in on this Thursday evening on Vikings TV or GNAC.TV. Ball almost stolen by the Seawolves. Molly Olson jumper is short. Seawolves, their first possession of half number 2. Gu. Pass to Hajdukovic. Pinckney, top of the key, guarded by Rogers. Gu gets it back. 8 to shoot, left-hand dribble. A little bit of a forearm on Bland, no whistle. A 3 for the Seawolves, not even close. Lexie Bland comes away with it. She doesn't have numbers, but she doesn't care. The floater is good. Lexie Bland starts off the scoring. It's 44-31 Vikings. First minute gone by, third quarter in Bellingham, Washington. Sean Wally and our entire Vikings TV crew here with you. Ingram. Voliva with 7 to shoot, and traveling is called. First 2 possessions by the Seawolves, a bad shot and traveling. Ryan McCarthy looking for answers on his bench. Molly Olson picks up her dribble. Anna Schwecke back to Olson. Olson finds Schwecke down low. She is triple team. Look at that, a fight for the basketball. Jump ball called. Possession arrow to the Seawolves. I mentioned Ryan McCarthy looking for answers. Look at that. Yet another line change. 5 in, 5 out for the Seawolves. 2 possessions, no points here in the third quarter for the Seawolves. Coach McCarthy looking to change that. Ingram for 3, it's good. A 10-point Viking lead as Rachel Ingram drains the 3. Molly Olsen for the Vikings. Goes baseline, runs into traffic. Lexie Bland behind the back dribble. Her jumper is short. Rebound to Johnson. Back come the Seawolves, looking to get into single-digit deficit, and they do. Rachel Ingram the 3, now the left-hand layup. 5 straight points for Ingram and the Seawolves. Head coach Carmen Dolfo wants to talk to her team, get them to regroup. 7:48 remaining third quarter. Vikings 44, Seawolves 36. As you see Lexie Bland, the floater is good on Vikings TV.
Campus to Campus is a beautiful reciprocal relationship that's really centered on how to support young students to see themselves in a different kind of way and see the possibilities for their future.
Allie was one of our first mentors. A lot of people have believed in me along the way, Allie being one of them. She's always inspired me. Now I'm at Western, actually going to college.
It's changing lives for the young students that we work with, and it's changing lives for the mentors who work with them.
Back here inside Carver Gym in Bellingham, Washington, on the campus of Western Washington University. As you look at both benches, both coaches and coaching groups trying to find the answers here tonight. Western Washington still in the lead, 44-36 here in the third quarter, with the Seawolves making a bit of a run. So you see head coach Ryan McCarthy and his squad there. 7:48 left third quarter. Rachel Ingram, the last 5 points for the Seawolves as Emma Duff gets set to inbound after the timeout for the Vikings. Lexie Bland, the between-the-leg dribble. Bland finds Duff. Duff goes baseline off window. Shot too strong, but she is fouled, and Emma Duff will go to the line for 2 shots. That is the first foul of the third quarter. So you see Duff go baseline. Shot too strong, but she is fouled. It is the second foul on Amelia Motts of the Seawolves. Duff misses the free throw. Duff with 13 points, all in the first half. She's hoping for number 14 right here out of Black Hills High School in Tumwater, Washington. Free throw, good. Sophia Yassine into the game for the Seawolves. Tate to the bench. 45-36, Vikings by 9. 7:30 remaining third quarter. Jackson using the left hand, runs into Anna Schwecke, nowhere to go. Kelsey Rogers there on defense, gets a piece of the shot. Right to Dykstra. Here come the Vikings up 9. Dykstra wisely slows it up, trying to avoid the mayhem of the Seawolves. Rogers gets it on the block. She goes up strong. Bucket is good over Motts. It's 47-36, Vikings by 11. Rogers with 14 on the night, tying the team high with Duff. Somebody got lost on defense for the Vikings. Lauren Johnson all alone for the layup. 47-38, Vikings by 9. Bland in the lane looking for Schwecke. Ball tipped away. Vikings get it back. Bland has it down low to Rogers. It's poked away by Motts, but a foul is called on Motts. That is her third. Molly Olsen returns for the Vikings. Dykstra to the bench. As again, nearly wholesale substitutions, 4 players in for the Seawolves and 4 players out. Rogers with the inbound. Ball knocked away by Gu. Viking basketball. 6:22 remaining third quarter in Bellingham, Washington. Duff to inbound in front of her own bench. Throws it to no man's land, but Bland tracks it down. 13 to shoot for the Vikings. Bland working on Goo. Bland gets nearly elbowed, no call, finds Dykstra. I'm sorry, that's Anna Schwecke. Lays it up and in, 49-38, Vikings by 11. Inside 6 minutes to play, third quarter. Seawolf basketball. Voliva, top of the key. Yassine in the lane is hammered by Kelsey Rogers. And that'll be two fouls on Kelsey Rogers. So you see where Schwecke was all alone. Nice pass from Bland, who was falling down to WECU Court. Schwecke to the bench. Jamaica and Castaneda back in the game for the Vikings. Bland and Schwecke take a seat. First free throw is good by Yassine out of Oakland, California, the senior. She has her first point of the night. Dips at the knees, second free throw good. 49-40, Vikings by 9. Olsen across half court. Wide open is Kelsey Rogers under the basket, can't get the layup. Gotta hit that point blank, but there is a foul on the Seawolves as Katrina Jamaica got knocked down. Foul on Sophia Yassine as she will check out. As that is 4 on Yassine, and she may be done until late in the fourth quarter. Vikings inbounds. Castaneda with it. Picks up her dribble in front of her own bench. Top to Olsen. Olsen to Duff. Wide open. How do you leave Emma Duff that wide open? Ryan McCarthy cannot believe it either. It's 52-40 Vikings. Voliva, top of the key. Hajdukovic in the lane. Picks up her dribble, nowhere to go. Jumper from 14 is short by Lange as we have a foul on the Seawolves. With 5:01 to play, third quarter. Ingram returns for the Seawolves. Emma Duff had all day for that three. Duff has 17 on the evening and the basketball. Ahead to Castaneda. Castaneda to Molly Olsen. 12-point Viking lead. Jamaica thought about the three. Goes baseline. She's double teamed. Dribbles it out of bounds. Seawolf basketball. Johnson returns for the Seawolves after this full timeout. 4 minutes, 44 seconds left, third quarter. Vikings enjoying a 12-point lead on Vikings TV.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
From court and lane to lane, under the lights or under the sun, no one delivers Division II sports like NCAA.com. The center of D2 is inside the NCAA.com hub, with exclusive highlights of every sport and live broadcasts of every Division II championship found nowhere else. Make NCAA.com yours, the home of Division II college sports.
Back here in Bellingham, Washington, as you take a look at some of the goodness that has been Kelsey Rogers tonight on both ends of the floor. Kelsey has 14 points tonight. And at least that one block. Vikings by 12. Sean Wally and our entire Vikings TV crew on this Thursday evening. Vikings looking for what would be a very good win and a mild upset. Seawolves driving the lane, getting the layup off the right side of the lane. Johnson with the layup. It's a 10-point Viking lead. Castaneda splits the defense. No foul call, ball stolen away. Back come the Seawolves. A little bit of mayhem on defense there by Alaska Anchorage. Gu to Taliva. Skip pass down low. Johnson. A three on the way for the Seawolves, and Ingram has been hot in this third quarter. 52-45. Vikings by 7. Molly Olsen stops. The jumper from 7 is good. 54-45. That's going to be key if the Vikings can answer when the Seawolves do respond and not get tight. Voliva. Pinckney into the lane. Pivots. Rogers on defense. Johnson with it now. Drives the lane, and she is fouled by Katrina Jamaica. No, they're calling that Kelsey Rogers. So take a look at the last bucket by the Vikings. Molly Olsen stops and pops. Rogers and Jamaica to the bench for the Vikings. Tate returns for Alaska Anchorage. Lauren Johnson to the line. 6 points so far this evening. Lets it fly, make it 7. An 8-point Viking lead. Johnson misses the free throw. Schwecke gathers the rebound for the Vikings. Olsen throws it wildly to Emma Duff. Baseball pass. Head coach Carmen Dolfo not pleased with that and lets Olsen know about it. Can't have the unforced errors against a team as good as the Seawolves. 54-46. Vikings by 8. Full court press applied by Western Washington. Seawolves across half court. Somebody needs to pick up the dribbler. Good ball movement by the Seawolves. Down low, ball knocked away, and Castaneda comes away with it for the Vikings. Head to Bland. Bland doesn't have numbers. She doesn't care. She goes baseline and gets a blocking foul called on the Seawolves. That'll send Bland to the free throw line. Foul on Kimani Fernandez of Alaska Anchorage. As you see Bland charge the baseline and get fouled by Fernandez. Bland to the line, the Ellensburg, Washington native. 4 points. Free throw off the iron. Avery Dykstra has returned to the floor for the Vikings. Bland's free throw is good. 55-46, a 9-point Viking lead. 2:45 left. Third quarter here in Bellingham, Washington. The Seawolves have won 13 straight. They only have one loss on this basketball season. They have won 27 straight in conference. Unfathomable, and they throw it away. And that's an unfathomable thought by head coach Ryan McCarthy of the Seawolves. Shakes his head, looks down at the floor. Vikings by 9 with the basketball. Dykstra races up the floor, picks up her dribble, finds Lexie Bland. Schwecke from the free throw line. Ooh, rims out. Looked good, good rotation. A little too much rotation. Back come the Seawolves. Ingram, she's been hot in the third period. Motts has it, and an offensive foul is called on Motts. And that is 4 fouls on Amelia Motts. and she will check out of the game with those 4 fouls. That's 2 Seawolves in foul trouble tonight. Great job there by Lexie Bland taking the charge. 2:02 remaining third quarter. Vikings maintaining a 9-point lead with the basketball. They can score here and stay above double-digit lead. Could go a long way to helping them out, moving toward the fourth quarter. Bland will try it again. Gets it into Olsen. Inside 2 minutes left, third quarter. Here in Carver Gym on WECU Court. Molly Olsen out of Napa Vine, Washington. Picks up her dribble. Not always a smart thing to do against this mayhem defense. Finds Dykstra in the corner. Top to Bland. Bland into the lane, goes up strong. Shot rejected. Back come the Seawolves. Ingram has it to Goo. Somebody stop the ball handler. Pinckney out of the corner. 3 too strong. Offensive rebound to the Seawolves, but she steps on the baseline. That'll give the ball back to the Vikings with 1:29 left, third quarter. Bland to inbound for the Vikings. She gets it to Castaneda, just back into the game. Castaneda and Duff return for the Vikings. How was that no foul? The entire crowd and Viking bench want to know. Seawolves all over the arms of Bland. Emma Duff back in the game. The 3 is good. Emma Duff is dialed in tonight. That is 20 points for Emma Duff. 58-46. Vikings by 12. Final minute, third quarter here in Bellingham. Foul on the floor will be called on the Vikings' Lexie Bland. That is her third on the evening. Molly Olsen returns, and Bland will hit the bench with those 3 fouls. Seawolves getting close to that 5-second rule. No whistle. Goo has it. Finds Tate. In the corner, they swing it to Johnson. Johnson in the paint. And a foul is called on the Vikings. This time it's on Molly Olsen. Only her first, so no foul issues on Molly. Goo, the inbounds. Gets it to Johnson. Tate with it, top of the key. 12 to shoot for the Seawolves. Yasmin Goo. Left-hand dribble. 6 to shoot. She drives the left side of the lane. Ball loose. Dykstra has it. Molly Olsen now across half court. About a 2.5-second differential shot and game clock. Ball out of bounds. What is the call? It is Viking basketball. Last touch by the Seawolves. 18 to shoot. Dykstra to inbound. Finds Duff. Top of the key to Castaneda. To Olsen. 9 to shoot. Castaneda has it knocked away. That'll be Viking basketball with 7 seconds to shoot. Rogers returns. Duff to the bench for the Vikings. Dykstra to Olsen. 4 to shoot. Castaneda trying to make something happen. Finds Rogers down low, spins and can't make the layup. Final seconds of the third quarter. Goo with the heave. And the third quarter ends with the Vikings up 58-46 over the number 1 team in the West region, the number 4 team in the nation, the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. Final 10 minutes after this on Vikings TV.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Back here inside Carver Gym. Take a look at some of the fun you can have during timeouts and quarter breaks. A fan winning a prize pack by hitting a free throw. Vikings hanging on. A 12-point lead, final 10 minutes here in Bellingham. Sean Wally with you here on Vikings TV and GNAC.TV. Rogers with it for Western Washington. First possession of the fourth quarter. Emma Duff leading all scorers with 20. To Castaneda, the high arcing triple. It's been that kind of night for the Vikings. 61-46. Gracie's first bucket of the night. Voliva, top of the key. Finds Tate. Tate, dribble drive, bumped, fouled, count it. Sierra Tate, chance at a three-point play. 7 points now for Tate. Second foul of the night on Molly Olson. Nice answer by Tate after the high arcing three by Castaneda. Tate, the free throw is good. 61-49 Vikings with 9:23 left here in Bellingham, Washington. Avery Dykstra to Emma Duff. Down low to Kelsey Rogers. Castaneda again. The three looks good, and it is. Back-to-back triples by Gracie Castaneda. 64-49 Vikings. 1 minute gone by in the final period. Looking to answer, the three is missed by Hajdukovic. Ball out of bounds, last touched by the Vikings. Ingram returns for the Seawolves. To the bench is Hajdukovic. Lexie Bland returns for the Vikings. Molly Olson back to the bench as you see Castaneda's three. Back-to-back threes by Gracie. Amelia Motz returns for Alaska Anchorage with 4 fouls. Interesting, she's back so early in the fourth quarter. One more foul and she's done for the night. Ball knocked away by Lexie Bland, out of bounds. Alaska Anchorage ball, 64-49. Wow, Vikings by 15. They get it into Motz, to the Seawolves. Stephanie Jackson. Skip pass to Ingram. She was hot in the third quarter. Pinckney, the three, too strong. Skying for the rebound is Ingram. Outside they go to Pinckney. Jackson slowing things down. Ingram, skip pass down low to Motz. Shot not even close. Emma Duff the rebound. Back come the Vikings, looking to add to this 15-point lead. Duff down low on the left block. Ball out of bounds, last touched by the Seawolves. 8:06 remaining here in Bellingham. Lange returns for the Seawolves. Johnson to the bench. Avery Dykstra to inbound. Out top to Castaneda. Wide open. Thought she'd fire another three. Kelsey Rogers from the free throw line. Just inside. Shot off the back iron. Inside 8 minutes now in Bellingham, Washington. Seawolves down 15 with the ball. Jackson working on Castaneda. Motz has it now. Outside, it's Jackson. Drives in the lane. Left hand off iron and in. 64-51. Seawolves trying to inch closer. Castaneda, top of the key. They find Rogers. Ball poked away. Rogers tries to save it, but steps on the baseline. That's a turnover back to the Seawolves. 7:22 remaining, fourth quarter. Kelsey Rogers back to the bench for Western Washington. Anna Schwecke back in the game for the Vikings. Gu with it to Ingram. Ingram picks up the dribble. Nowhere to go. Ball nearly stolen away. Voliva into the lane, working on Schwecke. Spins baseline, shot too strong. Battle for the basketball. Right back to Voliva. Outside, and Ingram has the three. That's an air ball. Saved in bounds by the Seawolves. Yassine with it now. Yassine drives the right side of the lane, bumped, fouled. She hits WECU Court. Castaneda hit with the foul. 6:45 remaining fourth quarter. Molly Olson returns for Western Washington. Dykstra to the bench is the second foul on Gracie Castaneda. Yassine out of Oakland, California. She also has 4 fouls. Just 2 points on the evening. Yassine dips at the knees, lets it fly, rattles home. 12-point Viking lead, 6:45 remaining. Yassine is a senior. One more free throw. Lets it fly, and it's good. An 11-point Viking lead. Kelsey Rogers returns for the Vikings. Emma Duff to the bench for Western Washington. Bland to inbound. Molly Olson across half court for the Vikings. Finds Bland. They swing it to Castaneda. Castaneda called for the offensive foul. That's 3 on Castaneda. Turning the ball back over to the Seawolves as you see Gu take the charge. 11-point lead for the Vikings. Gu and the Seawolves looking to chip away at it. Backdoor pass, hit Bland, intercepted by Castaneda. Back come the Vikings. Rogers from the free throw line loses the ball. A fight for it, should be a jump ball. It is. Possession arrow to the Seawolves. Duff quickly back into the game for the Vikings. As you look at the tie-up on WECU Court. Interesting that it's possession arrow to the Seawolves because the last jump ball was possession arrow to the Seawolves. 6 minutes, 9-8-7 remaining in Bellingham, Washington. Yassine, the jumper, short. Battle for the basketball. Yassine gets it back. Outside to Gu. Wide open for 3. It's short. Yassine the miss. Battle for the basketball. So we have a foul on the Seawolves. That foul going to be on Voliva. Only her first. Tate returns for Alaska Anchorage. Yassine to the bench. Molly Olson handles the inbounds. Ahead to Duff. Duff to Bland. Bland ran into, and a foul is called. That'll be on Gu, only her first. A lot of players on the Seawolf roster with 0 or 1 fouls, although they do have 2 players with 4. Vikings by 11. Time on their side. Bland running the offense, almost loses the basketball. Finds Olson. 8 to shoot for the Vikings. Olson loses it. It's poked away. Back come the Seawolves. Gu streaking up court. Runs into Olson. She's bumped. Fouled. Count the bucket. Not what Western Washington needed to happen right there. 64-55 as you see Gu get bumped by Olson. Make the bucket to the delight of the Seawolf bench. Yasmin Gu makes the three-point play. 5:20 remaining. Seawolves making this one a game. They trail by 8. Seawolf head coach Ryan McCarthy waiting for his team to invoke mayhem on the Vikings. Bland to inbound, nearly throws it away, and it will be a turnover. Duff cannot handle it. So we just had a three-point play by the Seawolves, and now it's their basketball. Potential 5 or 6 points in a row for the Seawolves as Western Washington takes a 30-second timeout, trying to regroup. An 8-point lead by the Vikings. 5:18 left. So you take a look at Castaneda from downtown. She hit back-to-back threes. The Vikings talking things over, getting a breather, resetting the offense and defense. An 8-point lead for Western Washington. Somewhat surprisingly, they've been in control throughout. Zero lead changes. The Vikings have had the lead the entire way. Still 5:18 to go, though. Points in the paint. Western leading that 36-26. But then you've got the bench points. Alaska Anchorage up 20, 34-14 on bench scoring. What's doing in Alaska Anchorage is total game field goal percentage. They're shooting just 38.8% as a team. Conversely, the Vikings 62.2%. But Ingram looking to change that, and she will not, missing the three. But Olsen cannot handle the rebound. Seawolves, a third straight possession. And we have the shot clock did not reset. Official stopping play. Avery Dykstra returns for the Vikings. Rogers to the bench. Shot clock didn't change, so apparently official was not correct. Look at the block by Duff. What a play, the block and maintaining possession. Let's get a replay on that, Mike Neubauer. Do your thing up in mission control. Outside, Dykstra, she's been quiet on offense tonight. Bland to Olsen, driving baseline. Down to Schwecke, and a foul is called on the Seawolves. That foul is going to be on Yasmin Gu. Her second. Take a look at the block, and coming away with the basketball by Emma Duff. Great job, not only by Duff, but our entire Vikings TV crew in mission control. Bland for three, just what the doctor ordered. 67-56 Vikings. .430 left. Looking to go baseline. Nowhere to go. Molly Olsen on defense. That's Yassine. 8 to shoot for the Seawolves. Gu to the free throw line. Spins outside to Voliva. Voliva, good footwork. And a bit of a ticky-tack foul called there on Anna Schwecke. That is 3 on Schwecke. Four minutes, 10 seconds left. Fourth quarter. Voliva to the line for the Seawolves. Voliva with 6 points on the evening. And Voliva able to stay home for college out of Anchorage, Alaska. The junior hits the free throw to 10-point Viking lead. Voliva lets it fly. Free throw number 2 is good. Back to a single 8-digit lead for the Vikings, 9 points. Bland inbound for Western Washington. She needs to get it in, and she does. She gets it right back. Bland working on Tate. Picks up her dribble. Finds Dykstra. Duff with 20 points on the night. Throws it away. Good job by Tate intercepting that pass to the lane. Left-hand layup is good. Here come the Seawolves. They trail by 7. Lexie Bland across half court. And a foul is called on Gu. That is 3 on Yasmin Gu. 67-60 Vikings. They will inbound. Yassine returns with 4 fouls for the Seawolves. Vikings up 7 with the basketball. Getting down to crunch time. Rogers returns for Western Washington. Bland has it for the Vikings. Dykstra, top of the key. 3:30 and counting here in Bellingham. Dykstra double team, thrown away, a steal again. Pinckney, good read, has the basketball. No one's guarding her. Down low they go to Johnson. Her layup is good. Vikings only up 5. And an offensive foul called on Lexie Bland, giving the ball back to the Seawolves. Vikings getting tight in the final minutes of this one. They have never trailed. We appreciate all of you watching on Vikings TV. Feel free to tell your friends and loved ones you're missing a good game that's coming down to crunch time here in the GNAC. The top team in the West region, the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. Number 4 in the country, ladies and gentlemen. They have never led, yet they're within 5. Seawolves to inbound. 3 on the way, short. Or I should say off the far side of the irons. Back come the Vikings. Important possession as they're up 5. Castaneda, top of the key for the Vikings. Molly Olson with it now. Emma Duff has 20 points on the night. Nowhere to go. Outside to Olson for 3. Looks good, but it's too strong. Rebound to the Seawolves. Jackson, the right-hand dribble. She's directing traffic. Skip pass to Yassine. Pinckney, top of the key. Important possession for both teams. Johnson in the lane, runs in. Offensive foul called as Kelsey Rogers takes the charge. That foul on Lauren Johnson. See Johnson right there, the right-hand dribble. Rogers gets in the way. Offensive foul is the call. 2:23 remaining. Every possession so important down the stretch. Vikings by 5 with the basketball. They have never trailed. Full court mayhem, press applied by the Vikings, and they throw it away. Seawolves get it back, and the layup doesn't go off the iron, but Molly Olson corrals it for the Vikings. What a crazy finish. Lexie Bland is fouled. Lauren Johnson hit with the foul, her second. Important foul shots forthcoming for Lexie Bland. Bland, the senior out of Ellensburg, Washington. A hush inside Carver Gym. Until now, as Bland hits the free throw. She has 9 on the evening. 6-point Viking lead. What a signature win this would be for the Vikings if they can hang on. Bland hits the second. 7-point Viking lead. Goo across half court for the Seawolves to Pinckney. Inside 2 minutes inside Carver Gym. Tate with it. She finds Johnson, and a foul is called on the Vikings, and that'll be none other than Anna Schwecke. That is 4 on Anna. Carmen Dolfo does not agree, nor do the Viking faithful here inside Carver Gym. Thought Anna might have had the steal. As Yassine returns for the Seawolves. 7-point Viking lead. Voliva to the line. Free throw is good. (69-63). Voliva from Anchorage, Alaska. Dribbles and fires. 69-64, 5-point Viking lead. They have led every second of this game. Can they hang on for another minute 40? Lexie Bland, the senior, to Molly Olson. Wide open is Duff. Thought about the three. Olson picks up her dribble. To Schwecke, it's a turnover. Voliva to Goo. Goo in the lane, spins, and Goo is called for traveling, giving it back to the Vikings with 80 seconds remaining. Seawolves and head coach Ryan McCarthy want to talk things over, take a 30-second timeout. So we have 80 seconds left here at Carver Gym on the campus of Western Washington University. Vikings clinging to a 5-point lead. They have never trailed in this game. Not something many of us would have predicted. Western Washington, a good team, but the Seawolves have won 13 straight and 27 in conference in a row. Only have 1 loss on the year. They're staring not only loss number 2 overall, but their first conference loss in the face. Here we go. 5-point lead by the Vikings, and they have the ball. Duff gets it into Castaneda. Bland has it now, and she's across half court. Bland picks up her dribble, finds Schwecke from the free throw line. Outside to Olson. Final minute inside Carver Gym. 8 to shoot. Olson top of the key. From the left elbow. They turn it over. Back come the Seawolves. And the Seawolves throw it away. Looking for Goo. Hits the official. That's out of bounds. Both teams falling apart down the stretch. Each team has had opportunities. Just 48 seconds remain. Vikings by 5, and they have another chance to add to the lead. And a full timeout taken by the Vikings. Head coach Carmen Dolfo wanting to talk things over. Ryan McCarthy seeing what he can draw up for his Seawolves as they trail by 5. Both teams have had opportunities down the stretch. Turnovers, the name of the basketball game. Vikings up 5. Time is on their side. As we show you some action from the fourth quarter. Castaneda helping the Vikings with back-to-back threes earlier this quarter. Emma Duff leading the way. She has 20 on the night. Rejection and the recovery. Bland, a 3. Duff with 20. Rogers 14, Bland with 10 for the Vikings. As Emma Duff gets set to inbounds, directly in front of our broadcast position, courtside here at WECU Court. Emma Duff with 20 on the evening. An important possession for the Vikings. They're up 5. Duff to Bland. The senior leader. You want the ball in her hands. She hands off to Dykstra. Now Castaneda. At some point, you would think the Seawolves want a foul as they trail by 2 possessions. 30 seconds remaining. 9 to shoot for the Vikings. A foul called as not only Bland falls to WECU Court, but so does Kelsey Rogers on the screen. Yassine hit with the foul. She has fouled out and exits the game for the Seawolves. Foul called on the screen as Yassine ran through Rogers. Kelsey Rogers in your shot now to the line with 14 points. Important free throws for Rogers. A hush over WECU Court. Not anymore. Rogers makes it a 6-point game. $15 points for the lady wearing number 15 for the Vikings. Make it 16. And it's a 7-point Viking lead with just 24 seconds remaining. Ryan McCarthy and the Seawolves take a full timeout. So we'll catch our breath. 71-64 Vikings on Vikings TV.
It's important that what I do as a job is something that I find meaningful. I ended up applying to the cybersecurity program at Western. The aspects of the program that really stand out to me is the hands-on experience.
Being able to work interdisciplinary and bring cybersecurity to marine science, bring it to communications, bring it to everything, is what really makes it interesting.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted. We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Back here in Bellingham, Washington, Sean Wally with you for the final 24 seconds. Seawolves looking to inbound, and that's not going to get the job done as they trail by 7, throwing the ball out of bounds. Seawolves give it back to the Vikings. And Ryan McCarthy, the look on his face, his body language says it all. Going to be a tough uphill climb for the Seawolves to get back in this one. They're still not fouling. Hard to imagine. Ryan McCarthy telling his team to back off. Ryan McCarthy giving the victory to the Western Washington Vikings, knowing that a 7-point deficit, not something they can overcome with just 24 seconds left. And it's official. The Western Washington Vikings with the upset, 71-64, beating the number 4 team in the country, the number 1 team in the West region, to the delight of the faithful here at Western Washington University. What a big win for the program, for head coach Carmen Dolfo. An incredible job by this team at Western Washington, ranked 7th in the West. Guess what? That ranking is going to go up after this big win tonight, as long as the Vikings take care of business Saturday night against Alaska Fairbanks. High fives all around for Western Washington. Coach is doing great things tonight, but it's all about the team on the floor. Emma Duff with 20 points, leading the way for Western Washington. Hugs all around for head coach Carmen Dolfo as she gets set to join me courtside after the big 71-64 victory. Coach, congratulations on the huge win.
did. That was good.
What do you attest this huge win to? Your team played great wire to wire, never trailed.
Well, I think they played good defense, and I think they were really determined to let their defense control the game for them. And so I think they also shared the ball really well. I think we moved the ball. I think the last 5 minutes we played a little tentative on that, but I just was really proud how they played together at both ends.
Seawolves, a great team. They had won 13 straight coming into this one. What do you tell your team at halftime when you're already in the lead and how to maintain that?
We just talked about not playing to the score, and just the score was erased, and we were just going to take one possession at a time. And so, I mean, we came into this game with nothing to lose, and we didn't want to walk off the court and be upset because we played careful or played cautious against such a great team. And so they really did that.
602 wins now for yourself. Congratulations on the big victory.
Awesome.
We'll see you Saturday night against Alaska Fairbanks.
Okay, thank you.
Head coach Carmen Dolfo, the big win tonight, as we are now joined by the 20-point scorer tonight for Western Washington, Emma Duff. All smiles on the Western Washington bench tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a fun game.
What was the mindset of your team tonight to be able to take it to the Seawolves from start to finish?
I think we've just been really rallying around. Like Danny obviously is out with an ACL, and then Avery was out for a few games. So I think we've just really realized we have to come together right now, and people needed to step up, and we talked about that, and everyone really is. So
see some of the great work you did here tonight. You had layups, you had threes, you had great defense, and that's something Coach mentioned that your entire team did well tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we've been preaching all season is our offense comes from our defense. And so when we have the defensive intensity, that's when our offense gets going.
What does this big win against the Seawolves say about the team that you guys are and how far you can go this year?
I mean, I'm just excited. I've had full confidence in us every single game we play. We've dropped a few to some good teams, and we've dropped a few that we probably should have won. But I think the whole team just knows that every game we got to come out and we got to show up. So
Emma Duff, 20 points tonight. Great job. We've got Alaska Fairbanks on Saturday. Go enjoy this one. We'll see you Saturday night.
Thank you so much.
Emma Duff with 20 points, pacing the Western Washington Vikings with the big GNAC victory with the mild upset over the Alaska Anchorage Seawolves. For everybody here at Vikings TV, John, Mike, Carmen, Ron, Matt, Daniel, Caroline, Jamie, I'm Sean Wally. We'll talk to you Saturday night on Vikings TV.